I've lived in Wichita for over 50 years. I'm standing out here on the porch at 3:30 in the morning, letting Bella go potty, and I'm thinking about the thunderstorms that we're supposed to have tonight. For years, I've watched this weather come into Wichita, and it will split, and it'll go north towards Valley Center, and the bottom part of the storm will split and go south towards Derby and just miss the middle of Wichita. It's kind of crazy. So let's talk about the Wichita Vortex. The Wichita Vortex is known by locals. Is it the heat, or is it an old Indian tale? We don't know. So the question is, why does this happen? If you ask 10 people in Wichita, you'll get 10 different answers. But there are 3 main theories that keep coming up. And then there's a personal theory after 50 years living in Wichita. The first theory, there's an urban heat island. All this concrete and asphalt in the city holds on to the heat from the day. Some say that the rising warm air acts like a physical wall, pushing the cold storm fronts up and around us. And we have the confluence of the Big and Little Arkansas rivers, and they meet right in the center of town. Some old-timers believe the way the air flows along the riverbeds, it creates a natural pressure system that zips the storms apart. And then there is the third theory, and that is the Keeper of the Plains. He stands right at that confluence, watching over the city. Many people believe that's where the shield really starts, a spiritual protection that's been here long before the radars were ever perfected. But I have my own theory too. Something I've noticed over the decades as Wichita has grown: pollution. Think about it, the particulates, exhaust, all of that in our air every single day. Is it possible that we've created a literal barrier over our city? A layer of smog and particles so thick that it actually disrupts the pressure of an incoming storm? It's not a pretty thought, but after 50 years, you start to look at every possibility. So, I'm not saying that we don't get hit by weather. We get hit by weather all the time. But we don't have a large amount of tornadoes like we did when I was younger. You know, we had a lot of tornado warnings when I was younger. And something that we don't see a lot nowadays is that in town, in the city. The city's grown from 100,000 when I was born to over 500,000 now. But whether it's the heat from the pavement or the chemicals in the air or a spirit standing watch at the river, the result is the same. We literally live in a bubble. That's all there is to it. A 50-year vortex, if you will. And that's what it's called. It's a Wichita Vortex. It's just a theory, but it keeps the chaos at the city limits, I guess you could say. I'm not a scientist or a meteorologist. I'm just an old truck driver now trying to find my way in the world. Spent a half a century watching the Kansas horizon from this very spot for the last 15. I won't say that we're not fortunate, because we are. So, here it is now, 4 in the morning. And the wind is coming up, and Wichita is starting to wake up. And we'll see what the storms do tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me on the porch. Remember, come back because there's always a story.